Finally, we have snuck the Batmobile out of the stable and out here into the desert where it belongs. Now I'm here to show this thing off a little bit, but also tell you what our engineers have been busy with the Maverick R, what they've cooked up for this rig. Now, if you own one of these machines, congratulations. It is one badass machine. So much tech packed into one rig, it's unbelievable. We're just excited to be out here today. So I'm gonna take you for a ride and walk you around this machine and show you everything that we've built for it. We've also added a few other parts and accessories, but this is not where development stops. We're always looking for holes and needs in the market. So check out our website and you'll be up to date with all the parts and accessories that we have for your machine. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so I've organized these parts into a few different categories to make them easier to run through, but first things first, I want to talk about this machine a little bit more. So since Can-Am released it, it's had some mixed reviews. People aren't necessarily wowed by anything, which is interesting because they've done so many different things than the standards of the market right now. The large knuckle high A-arm, the transmission, it's a heavy car, it's a big heavy car. People love that because it makes it super stable at high speeds. Obviously, we all love the transmission. No more worried about belts or getting stranded on the trail or doing trail maintenance with that, with the CVT. So there's a lot to love with this car, but regardless of which brand you're loyal to, this thing demands attention, whether you love it or you hate it. Speaking of that, body is my first category, so let's talk about those products. The first product in this category is a windshield. This is probably the first accessory that you're going to be looking at for your new rig. It takes a lot of the same construction features of our other windshield lineup. So it's laminated auto glass. It stays looking good for a long, long time. The frame of it is 1/8" powder coated aluminum. And obviously the mounting is super secure. So this thing is on your rig and there to protect you. The other two cool features I want to talk about is engineers put a big vent in the top of it, and this thing really flows a lot of air. The last staple on this, which is kind of an optional accessory, is the wiper. So we have designed it to work with the wiper, and you can use that if you want to. One other feature of the windshield is it works with the stock roof, and obviously we've got the roof scoop up on top there. And then we also have some other options for windshields. So if you're not wanting to go full glass, we do have a full polycarb that's scratch resistant. Install super easy on that. And then we also have a half windshield that's polycarb scratch resistant that you could look at as well. Jumping back to the rear window, this is our 3/16 scratch resistant polycarb plastic window. It's really quick and easy install, and it works with the roof cold air scoop. Next up is our Tusk pivot folding mirror kits. So obviously they come with the A-pillar mount, and these things are super slim. They fit underneath the windshield, so they're gonna work together. And these things are super cool. They're high quality, they pivot out of the way. So if you're loading in a trailer, if you need to get them out of the way for whatever reason, or if you hit an obstacle, they're not gonna get broken. They come right back out. They're easily adjustable, super durable. Honestly, it's the best mirror that you could buy or add to any side-by-side. And we also have one other cool option on the market that just dropped, the Tusk UTV LED side view mirrors. If you're looking to add a little pizzazz and maybe some peripheral lighting, then those could be a good option to check out. Next category is tires and wheels, and this is one that I'm really excited to talk to you about. So we put together a tire and wheel package for this machine. Now, obviously, when it was released, we knew that we had to do a new wheel, new hub, new bolt pattern. It is 6 on 5.5, which for me, that hits close to home because it is the same as a Toyota bolt pattern, and I've known that for years, so pretty cool stuff. But a couple things about this wheel. It is the Tusk Uinta. It is a beadlock wheel. One of the main things we were looking at with this machine is the offset. Now, this is already a super wide machine. Some guys stock are already running into issues with their trailer width. So it's over 78 inches wide, and it really, to be honest, it doesn't need to be wider than that. It's a big car already. So we kept the stock offset. It's a 7.0 offset. And another big reason for that design is to take advantage of the stock handling and performance that they've built into this car. The pivot point on this high knuckle A-arm with the ball joint is designed to be directly over that tire. And so if you change that at all, you're losing the performance of that. And so we didn't want to mess with that at all. We kept it hugged in tight to the knuckle, and this machine handles like a dream, just like you'd expect. Next up is the tires, and another thing that I'm super excited to talk about. Now, when this machine was first released, it was everybody's question. How big a tire can you put on that thing? They were claiming 35s. Obviously, we put that to the test. We've got the 35 1016 Tusk Terabytes, one of our favorite tires, obviously. We love this thing, and on this car, it only benefits it. Not only in high speed stability, you've got a lot of grip with these tires, but also one of my favorite things to do is rock crawl. So you not only are gaining ground clearance by going to a bigger tire, you're also getting a lot of grip and just a planted feel. So all those benefits with these Tusk Terabytes, but one other question that we had is, what about rubbing on this knuckle design? I've seen that people are rubbing the stock tire sidewall when the tire flexes on the knuckle. As of right now, we haven't seen any issues with rubbing on these tires, so excited to keep running them. Hopefully you guys put them to the test as well. Now, last question I need to address with tires is transmission. A lot of times when you go to bigger tires, you have to address that, right? In your clutching and your CVT. But Can-Am thought about all that. This was designed with purpose. The transmission is awesome for going fast, but it also handles these tires in this machine really well in the rocks. The other thing I love about it is you don't have to wait and spend time switching from high to low. So super good down here in Moab or Sand Hollow where we're riding today. Next category is cargo, and let's go to the back. Can-Am did a good job with this machine. It's got a big bed and it's very usable, much bigger than the X3, which is super awesome. So the first accessory that we built for cargo is the Tusk Cargo Barricade. So that not only raises the height of the back of your bed, so it keeps items more secure in there, but it also gives you more tie down points. So in the back, we've got a cooler today, and we're just using the tie down points that are existing in the bed to keep that secure. But they also have the link system on this machine. So if you're familiar with the link system, it's a cool way to secure cargo accessories. They've got a whole lineup of those, and by all means, take advantage of those. But for today, we've just got the cooler in the back and keeping everything secure. Next, let's talk about the Tusk aluminum Molly panel bedside doors. Can-Am actually integrated they built in some side cubby storage in the back of this bed. And to take advantage of that, we designed and built these side doors. They're a quick release design. They're Molly, so you can attach other Molly accessories to these. But what we like about them is you can put not necessarily constant access items in there and just keep those items. So we've got a tire repair kit, jumper cables, other items that you're not going to access all the time, but you can keep them secure behind those doors. The other thing that's great about them is they're like half the price of the Can-Am ones. So take advantage of that and get your items secure in the bed. Now to round out cargo, let's move into the cab. So from the factory, this machine does not have a lot of storage. You've got the little outlet box up top where you can maybe keep your keys and your phone. The glove box is not very big, so we knew we had to add some accessories, and we didn't have to look far. Can-Am offers a whole lineup of bags for this, but we've got 3 of them with us today. We've got the shoulder bag, and then we've got the upper and lower door bags. But the cool thing about these bags is they're super well designed. They're kind of a semi-rigid design, so they hold their shape and look really good. They've got high quality zippers that aren't gonna gum up with your dust and dirt. And one of my favorite things is the interior lining material is yellow. What that means is it makes your items easy to find inside. You don't lose items down in the abyss of a black interior bag. So these bags have been super nice. One thing to note on the door bags, they've got little pads built into them. So if you are, your knees are hitting up against the door when you're riding, it's just gonna keep it comfy. If you're looking for interior bags for your Maverick R, I wouldn't look further than these Can-Am bags. Okay guys, we're cruising right through this. The next category we gotta talk about is safety and recovery. So there's a few items you should always be taking with you on the trail to not only make sure you're having a good time, you're staying safe, and you're always gonna make it back to the truck. first thing we're going to talk about, something every side-by-side should be carrying with them, is a fire extinguisher. Now, this is our Tusk UTV billet fire extinguisher kit. It's a super awesome design. It's really secure on the roll cage. It doesn't rattle around, but it's quick access. So it's always going to be there when you don't need it, but if you ever do need it, you're going to be able to get to it quick. We've also got a tire repair kit with us, so if you got a puncture and you can fix that with a plug kit, then we're carrying that with us. We also have a Tusk folding shovel. When nature calls and you've got to do your business, that can come in handy. Or I've seen people use these to dig themselves out of the sand before. Either way, it's a good thing to keep with you on the trail. A couple of things I'm always carrying with me is a safety siphon just in case. And obviously you got to have some way to pump up a tire. And so we're also carrying one of those with us today. The last item in this category is a Tusk UTV tool roll. Now, I love this product, and for good reason. We put a lot of time and research into this. It's a kit that was specifically put together to carry in your side-by-side. It's got most all the tools to get you out of really any situation you come into on the trail. All right, guys, and our last category to talk about is electrical and lighting. Now, with a car that's this fast, you got to try and have some lighting that can keep up with it. So as you can see, we've got 2 light bars mounted on this machine. We've got the 40-inch curved up top with the A-pillar mounts, and we've got a 12-inch down here on the grill. These are just all in effort to try and keep up with this car and not end your day early when the sun goes down. All right, next product in this segment is our plug and play horn and signal kit. Now, I could talk about this kit for 10 minutes because I think it's so awesome, but let me just give you the high points. So up front, you've got these accent lights that integrate into the grill. They're dual function, so not only are they nice accent running lights, they function as blinkers as well. Out back, this harness takes advantage of your stock tail lights and makes those act as blinkers as well. So it looks OEM, it looks factory. It's super high quality harness. It's all braided and nice connectors. You've got OEM style connectors. The other cool things about it is with the dash and your gauge cluster. So the blinkers integrate into that gauge cluster. They blink on the dash. And so it just looks factory. It's a really nice, clean install. And honestly, if you're trying to add that function to your machine, this is the last kit you need to look at. And the last product in this category is our Tusk LED lighted whips. Now, these things are super fun. They're gonna make your ride more fun, especially at night. And it keeps you legal when you're riding in those off-road areas. All right, guys, and that does it for our build on this. But wait, I've got one little cherry that I need to add on top. A product that didn't really fit in any category, but we got to talk about it. So the stock steering adjust handle on this machine is plastic, and we found that as a weak point really quickly. So we designed one that's billet aluminum. It's not only durable, way more durable than stock, but it also looks awesome. And it's affordable, so kind of a no-brainer for this machine. And that does it for our build on this Maverick R. Now, like I mentioned before, that doesn't necessarily mean we're done with this machine. We're gonna continue riding it hard, and trying to find weak points and opportunity with it to hopefully develop more products. So appreciate you guys watching. I would love for you to go over to the website and check out any parts and accessories that we offer for your rig. Please let us know what upgrades you've done to your machine. Leave them in the comments below, and we can talk back and forth. We'll catch you guys next time.